Hello and welcome to a Vermintide live stream. This is the third one we've done, and the reason it's the third one, the reason that we've spent so much time on this game is for two reasons. The first is that I very much like Vermintide. It's a pretty decent shit. Sorry about that, I meant to choose a different character. The reason that I like Vermintide so much, and I do like Vermintide an awful bunch, is because, one, it's a really decent first-person kind of hacky-slashy kind of thing. This is not secrets. I have kept my opinions about Vermintide pretty, Flamethrower staff, is that the... Yes. Yeah, let's go flamethrowers on this one. I do like the flamethrower staff. But, as I say, first reason. Let's go... Champion, just this once. Just this once. Quick play. Right, so you're all going to see my first gameplay at champion level, which is going to be interesting because I'm definitely going to embarrass myself, which is going to be fantastic. Now, the reason we're playing Vermintide for a third week, it was I only planned to make 2 episodes of it, but Sea of Thieves, which you'll know is being pushed at the moment by Microsoft, is owned by Rare, the company that make it, are owned by Microsoft. So, Sea of Thieves, which is £30 at the moment, and it's being pushed by Microsoft, and it won't install on my computer. It doesn't. I download all the files. I've done this a couple of times. Finished downloading, and then a couple of seconds have gone by, and then nothing happens. So what I've decided to do, with regards to how this is going to go down, is I've decided to not fucking bother, because they're charging £50 for what is at the moment a pretty empty sailing sim, and I'm excited to play it. I like games about sailing. I like managing a craft, whether it's a spaceship or a sailboat or any other kind of fucking vehicle. I like vehicle management games. Is a weird thing to say. I'm sure that this is like, I'm sure we've done this one level about 3 or 4 times on this stream. People are very fond of it. Oh, anyway, I do like Sienna. She's basically a fire magic junkie, which is a very cool thing to be in the old of all the fantasy careers. Addicted to setting things on fire and being a wizard simultaneously is a pretty good way of going about it. I'm a big fan of a lot of the character types, and Sienna most of all. Oh, hello, Dickon. This might be a super terrible plan. There we go, cut down. Easy enough.
Lovely shot.
But yes, no, it's I don't know. It is one of the very basic things about this particular video game that it gets your fucking adrenaline flowing. It really gets you fucking moving. Oh, eat. Oh shit. Oh, I should have. There we go. Dealt with. But no, it's genuinely quite tense when things start happening. It's all very kind of reflex based, and there's not a lot of ways where you can get yourself into a position where too far away. It's really, really difficult to get yourself into a position, especially as the difficulty goes up. Like, it's basically impossible to get yourself into a position where the game becomes easy. Like, it's very skill-based, but is in the way that the loot drops is just enough to keep you motivated to keep doing the harder settings, even though the loot is not super useful. Like, I'm assuming it's useful enough to justify itself, but it doesn't ever feel like broken, if that makes sense. Oh, come here, you idiots. got a runner somewhere. Can you hear him? There we are. Just very... I don't know, it feels nice. I realise I'm mostly flailing, but things die in a very satisfying manner, which is basically all you want, surely. I mean, I'd like Sea of Thieves to be good, but I'd prefer it to be playable. And I'm not getting either. Oh shit! I don't really have the opportunity to discover whether it's any good or not yet, to be honest. It's something of a shame. Hang on, Kruber, do you want this? There you go, bud. Have yourself a potion in case you need it. There we are. Oh, eat an entire dick. I just missed. I wonder. Oh, okay. So I do. Okay, so I do get It does do friendly fire, but not a lot of friendly fire. A small, a manageable quantity of friendly fire. Just fine. Not too worried about it. Come on, Bardin, let's not start fights with Kruber a mile and a half away. Oh, Kruber, you pain in my ass. Down here, is he? Okay, oh, I see, you're in trouble. Oh, the worst possible moment for that. Alright. Interesting. Oh, we can't get back up now. Kruber, what have you done? Oh, shit. Big lads out there somewhere. This is the problem, of course, with playing with randomers. And at the moment, I only have the one friend who plays this. So from what I can tell, actually, oh, come on. Alright. Yeah, the elves are... what I do like about elf players is that they tend to be as smug as actual elves, which is, you know, really satisfying. I'll eat every ounce. Oh, don't shoot me in the arse. What are you doing? Yeah, I probably could have done with hitting Bardin sightless. To be fair, the friendly fire on the flamethrower seems to be bugger all. Although, as I say, friendly fire isn't even a thing on the easier difficulties, so this is just going to be something that I'm going to have to fucking learn to live with. Yeah, this is something. This is probably my favourite part of this whole fucking video game experience, though. The fact that things things get more difficult as you go, and they get more difficult in interesting ways. The game changes, your strategies have to evolve, and you have to get less used to firing straight through other people. But actually become, you know, aware of sight lines. It becomes suddenly valuable to have a Bardin in the party for more reasons than the fact he's kind of he's like very powerful anti-armor. He's also short enough for you to shoot straight over his head, which is, you know, suddenly quite a fucking selling point. You only get a fraction of there we are. Shit, deal with these idiots. Anyone fancy taking that guy out? Whenever you're ready. Yeah, Now the flamethrower is good for softening them up, from what I can tell. Like you and softening them up becomes more and more important on the higher difficulty. So I think the flamethrower being kind of it's a weird way of doing it because it's kind of useless on lower difficulties where it's not. It's really not worth your time to have a weapon that's not really good against armor. And then on the higher difficulties, ironically, everyone's good against armor, and armor is less effective because you get better at scoring headshots. So suddenly it is like useful again to have weaker, well, not weaker weapons, but weapons that don't do armor. Oh, eat it. Pile of just nurgles, rotten, pustulent, syphilitic weenuses, you cowardly shits. I should not be taking damage from fighting 5 idiots. It's although I am playing the toughest of the magic builds, the one where you get the one where instead of there we go. Yeah, no, I like this version just because, as I say, half damage you take gets converted straight into overcharge, and overcharge is pretty tastily regenerative. Then I'm gonna heal. What are we doing? Why are we back down here? I mean, I'm following everyone, but it'd be nice to have a clue what the plan was. Are we just okay? Oh, someone's having a big speech somewhere. Some undead monstrosity of some variety or other. I've got it. Brilliant.
Don't get overwhelmed.
Alright, let's go. Wonderful. Back into the breach, more lads. Easy, nice. What I do like about Corellia in this mode is that she's very effective at like skirting like groups like this, and the whole her like class ability that vents all her overcharge and makes her blow up. You know, a lot less lethal than the way she usually would do that. It's just a very handy class ability to be having, because when you do get surrounded, you suddenly put everyone on your ass, and all your magic's good to go again. And your magic being kind of your shield means you put everyone out on your ass and recharge. Oh, dick! And recharge your shield at the same time, which is, you know, it's a tasty way of handling the whole mess. Oh, you did. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna leave. What do you want? I don't know what was up there, if anything. I'm actually not too familiar with this map, because the only times I've ever played it, I've been, you know, mid-stream, and it's not a... Oh, right in the back, right in Kruber's fucking spinal. Someone's having a big yell. Oh, shit. Gotta go. What a turd. There we go. There we are. No, that's the thing. Like, the better the players you end up playing with, the more competent they get, and the more competent they get, the less specials. Oh, God, fuck. All right. Okay, let's all.
Are we heading into the wealthy district?
Let's see how we do. So yeah, the more skilled you get, the less armor matters, and the easier specials go down, which means that again, you know, the difficulty kind of rotates, and it's back on to being worried about hordes, because 100,000 dudes, it doesn't matter whether you can drop them or not super well in the normal difficulty levels, but in the but suddenly on the higher difficulty levels, where everything does a lot more damage, specials become kind of trivial, because, you know, you don't need to be hit by those, but it's suddenly difficult to avoid 10,000 assholes again. Okay. Come down here, see what I can knock those idiots about.
Don't wear yourself out. Rise up, Creeper. One last effort.
Tools if you're feeling weak.
Blight Stormer. Skewer
Flight Storm anywhere to bother with. Nope. I mean, oh shit. Huh, there you go. Not too much friendly fire either, which is always good to know. But yeah, everyone seems fairly competent. It's nice. I mean, we're all gonna get fucking slaughtered. I think. Then I don't think we're gonna live through a. Right there. Yeah, probably get down here. Don't get left behind. That is obviously rule 1. Splitting the pie in Dungeons & Dragons, as in this, is the leading cause of adventure or death in front of heart disease and dragons. Although, you know, occasionally it's dragon-related splitting the pie that gets you, or splitting the pie-related dragons. But, there we go. But you're two very different things. Oh, crap! Yeah, I couldn't. If I'd taken one more hit, I probably would have died. No, not worth it. Oh shit, Rattling Gunner, of which I am no value. I can't kill him. But I can kill these idiots. Kill them, I might. Get out of it, you tosser. I do love how they just kind of. Oh, I wonder who killed that. Actually, I had to congratulate myself on some nice use of my ancient medieval flamethrower, but no fucking dice. All I need now is an ancient medieval chainsaw, and I'll be Ash of the Evil Deading the fuck out of everything. It'll be grand. Did I ever play through it? It feels like I should have played through it, but he probably didn't. Might have been, that might have been just a cool imaginary thing that I came up with. Oh shit! That's what you get for having dreams, idiots. You're gonna get jumped by. Oh shit! Yeah, I probably could have handled that better. Well, Marcus, I've saved your life once, so I think we're about even. Or don't come back. Hang on. What's up, bud? No, thank you. I'll come and get it in a minute. I'm in the middle of something. As the perils of living with roommates, is that?
Don't do that again, Marcus.
Constant fucking coffee. The guy's trying to kill me, I'm certain of it. I'm not allergic to caffeine or anything, but there's a certain dosage above which it surely becomes an attempted homicide. Like, I'm positive there's an amount of caffeine a person can be given where they die, and that guy is earnestly attempting to find it, from what I've understood. I'm not going to mention his name. No one needs to know. Oh shit, here they come. Oh, I guess it's late. Oh shit! That is always the worst moment in any wizard's life, where you're about to charge up, where you're about to use some magic that you're pretty sure you have decent range on, and all of a sudden someone jumps out of the right field of your vision, there to put a big gnarly piece of wood around your brain. All of a sudden you've got problems. All of a sudden you have some issues. Oh, we're nearly out. Gas ball. Eat my fiery intolerance. How'd the elf die? Let me guess. Smugness? Ego. Oh, shit. Alright, where's that going? Is that coming for me? That's not coming for me. Good. Eat it. Oh, shit. Okay. Cool. Alright, no, we're in trouble. Okay, I think we're in trouble. I think it's fair to suggest we might be in trouble. Bomb. Concentration potion. Oh. Speed potion. That's going to be useful. Right, let's get over here. need to get over there. Where is Bardin? Where's that guy off to? Where's he gone? Explode! That crap! Alright, no easy way out. There's no easy way. Oh shit. Alright, where's Bardin? There's some crap. Okay, yeah. Where is Bardin gone? I wonder where that guy's actually... Where's that guy actually went off to? Did I... Oh crap, I abandoned him. I thought he went ahead. Yeah, he's done for. The lad has met his untimely end. Fuck. Yeah, I couldn't see him. Yeah, he might have reached himself an impasse here. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, to be fair, I feel like I wasn't the worst. That might have entirely been my fault. We probably could have pulled it back. I didn't know where Bardin was. But I didn't know where Bardin was. I abandoned him. Like the coward my parents always assured me I was. But yeah, let's get through this. Yeah. Oh wow, I got the most damage taken, so I'm definitely pulling my weight. I think I might change my staff. Like the flamethrower was nice, but the charge kind of makes it a little bit unfeasible because it's only useful really when you've got a huge horde bearing down on you, and when you've got a huge horde bearing down on you, you don't really have the time. I'll probably just cancel, start a game by myself. Box, doesn't it? Chink. Spring fireball staff, feeble mace. They really do like giving you like items that make it very clear that you know you're kind of a user if you're using a spluttering fireball staff. Fireball or beam, fireball or beam. I like beam, you know. You can fire it for goddamn ever, and it's got a handy shotgun mode that you can fire really sodding quickly. So you know, it's got its perks. Quick play. Let's get in there. Thankfully, the loading screen started. Otherwise, that could have. If the loading screen had gone on long enough, you know, we would have been entirely fecked.
And murderers all in our beds. Yes, it's alarming.
Weird degrees of plot. Every time, a weird amount of plot.
The search has left the
you can get. There's also like an elderly friggin' onion sack faced woman who gives you a heaping helping of exposition every time you finish a level. Although she's not in this bit yet.
Slaughter the champion in the heart of his camp.
And Max, I much prefer Fanatic Salt Spire to. I much prefer Fanatic Salt Spire to that particular Salt Spire. Fanatic Salt Spire is Anna. He's got really high health, really low armor. Oop. Well, Kruber, you stepped sideways into it, so like some of that's yours, I'm afraid. It's not entirely my friggin' responsibility. It's not my responsibility to keep you from getting shot in the head, is it? I mean, kind of, partially. Where is everyone? Friggin' hell! On my own over here. Oh, crap. There we go. Alright. I guess that's where we were. Bloody hell, this has been a wildly different game than the last one. I don't know. Maybe that was my fault for antagonising a bunch of violent shitheads about 1.5 miles away and expecting that to go well for me. I feel like I could have been better supported, you know? I feel like I could have had more friends, closer allies, a pack of trustworthy lunatics to, oh, shit. That is basically the only thing that gets him back in the game, to be honest. One eye is in it for the murder, and very little else.
Enjoy it while you can, Healing drop.
Is it one of the big
Healing
one
drop.
of the issues I've had as I've gone through this game as well is that it is like undeniably way more useful to have leveled up friends, because like the perks that you get and like trinkets and stuff can like wildly improve your character. So the items you have, and the items are largely dependent on luck, especially well in terms of what perks you get anyway. Yeah, the items, sorry, are very dependent on luck, and they also have a big say in how useful you are to your to the rest of your teams, and therefore how well your team does. So it's like it's very difficult to look at another player and know how skilled they are, and whether they're going to get unlucky at random, and that's a pain. But it is very easy to look at another player, look at their mace or whatever, and see, you've got a mace that it's not covered in gold and filgery, ergo you're probably not, oh shit. See that they're not covered in filgery, and therefore decide that, well, you probably don't know what you're doing then, do you? There he goes. Oh, idiot. I'll eat every ounce of my flaming cock. There we go. Oh shit. Oh crap, I didn't see him. That's the worst thing. Chaos Warriors, just not what you thought they were. They're big lads, but surprisingly mobile. Oh, eat it. Eat it. There we are. Something very unpleasant. It's gonna go. Oh shit. Everything's on fire again. I keep thinking that Sienna's immune to fire, but I don't know whether that's just me making assumptions based off the fact that she fucking loves the stuff. God, you've never met a woman as into fire as this one is. I'm gonna set you on fire. Yeah, the beam staff could probably do with a bit of a boost at some point, because I was just bopping that dude in the noggin with a concentrated stream of pure flaming piss, and absolutely nothing. He was taking it right in his mouth. He had his cheeks filled with eldritch magic, and didn't even corrode him, not even a little. Rubbish is what that is. Oh, eat it. Oh, Christ! Hello, idiot. Oh. Yeah, that's the problem with playing this this character. You don't get a lot of hits. You can't take a lot of sequential hits before your magic turns on you, and you end up bent over in a forest, head literally aflame. An enormous squad of chaos murderers. Oh shit! Oh my god! Okay, cool. No, this is fine. This is gonna be fine. There's a flamethrower dude encroaching. Nope. Alright, that's a storm. Here we are. Storm guy. Everyone else is dead by the look of it. Okay. Yeah, fair. That was pretty much how I expected that to go. I might just have to start playing harder characters, because I'm not very good at avoiding damage, and it seems like ranged combat is not in my destiny. It feels like ranged combat might be, you know, where my personal best chance for being a character who lives to see the end of a mission lies. I think I might start playing Salt Spire. Good old Salty. I took the most time. Fucking hell, yeah, that does make sense, doesn't it? Well, I blew myself up a couple of times. I feel like when you explode... Yeah, jockey up. Yeah. I feel like when you play as a...
Good day to you.
I don't know, I feel like my natural mode of combat in this game is to play as a tank, and I feel like this game does not in any way support you playing as a tank on higher difficult. Did somebody just shoot me? Oh, I'll put a laser around your goddamn head. Lovey. Right, I'm just gonna leave this party. Ooh. remarkably warm all of a sudden. Got a cable tangled somewhere. Just to be a second, just gonna change them. Yes! Okay, so we will have ourselves one more very quick little attempt at sorting this shite out as Salty, the only character I don't think I've played on these streams before now. I like the mace. It's got a lot of cool shit on it. I'm just gonna very quickly open a case because it's been a long time since me and Salty opened a delightful case. Ooh, he's got a fancy crossbow. Maybe I'll use my fancy crossbow. I hear it snipes. Chamberlain's crossbow, high damage sniper piercing bolts. Crossbow. I don't care about witch hunter. Taking one attack reduced to 15.5. Increases spam with 3% for near enemy. No, interested. Reduces damage taken by 25. Don't blare. Half. Okay, so that's more interesting. Increases critical hit chance. Reduces stun duration. Increases stamina regeneration. Probably more useful. Okay. So 130. You see what I mean? Like, because I've not used this guy for ages, yeah, okay, that's gonna be useful. Powder infantry, alright. And how about Plumstone? How about Plumstone? Sounds like a Lemony Snicket character. Or like a character from like an old fashioned, like a really fucking classic,
Raining cats and dogs, eh?
I do like that you can just charge this forever. I am waiting for a mod that will replace the animation of the flail with just a t-shirt. And I can just do the, what is it called? The fucking Newport helicopter? I think it's a Newport helicopter. God, please. I ask only that you not quote me when I say stuff that I definitely, clearly don't know the answer to. But I do, it might be a Newport helicopter. Anyway, that thing you do with your t-shirt where you're fucking flogging it, because some guy's doing his job right on the stage and you're having a fine old time. Don't do it though, because I've nearly made this mistake. Don't do it at a slow song. Don't twirl your shirt over your head at like a slow song, because not only is it not really thematically appropriate, you know, people are going to think you're an idiot, but also someone might have a lighter up. And you don't want to be swirling what will very quickly become a flaming rag, just whizzing a goddamn. I do not have all 300 level items. You've doomed me, sir. You've doomed. Okay, fair. Fine, I guess, if that's how we want to. That's how we want to do it. Like you could do with slightly better team building exercises, I guess. You know, highest obtainable hero. So the highest possible power. He was asking, oh Luke, are you the theoretical maximum level of power for the mode that you're entering? I was like, no, and he was like, well, then you can't play with me. Like, what level of progress are you expecting of me, sir? Like, why are you still playing those missions if you have all 300 level stuff? Are you just trying to collect shit? What's your? I would love to know the maths behind where you appear in the armory, by the way, because you just kind of drop out of nowhere. I'm gonna start whacking dudes with my fucking flail. I do like the flail.
Thanks to our efforts.
Oh, great, this one again. Jesus.
Northlanders who want to find our merry little...
I don't know why. I don't know what that guy's issue is. I guess that it would be. I guess he doesn't want to play with someone who's going to cost him the game. But if you've got 300 level stuff, the chest that you'll get from that mission can only be maximum. Can only be 300. So he's looking for someone who isn't looking to make progress. And I don't. If you've got all 300 level stuff, move on to the next level of difficulty, you salty wank. You off over there, bud? You doing alright there?
Indeed.
Alright, there she goes. Here she comes.
You'll hardly miss it anyway.
Right in the legs. Now I have a big I do like this guy because you know what? Your purpose in life is just to hit things and not care about whether you get hit or not. And why wouldn't you want to hang out with that guy? He gets more powerful the less health he has because he's a fucking lunatic, and that's marvelous. This is what the Warhammer series does best, actually. The kind of delightfully helpless maniacs who, you know, are entirely fanatical about garbage nonsense. Your god isn't real. Your god's a dead emperor, you fool. Like, he's not a proper dude, really. Probably. And even if he was, like, he's not doing a very good job considering your entire racial history is losing battles. Like, the Empire in Warhammer and Warhammer 40k, their entire racial history about all these fucking legendary heroes and gods and shit is them getting their asses handed to them in a new and fun, interesting way each week. Like, this world is doomed, and it's not difficult to imagine why. That's the direction their entire fucking phase of existence went in. No, you're all just silly bitches, aren't you? Get here. Anyone else? I mean, obviously, because this is a Warhammer game, so there's always infinite Northlanders. Like, sorry, I'm getting mad about Warhammer lore, which is the slightly dumber than getting dumb about like margarine color legislation, which, because, you know, it used to be legislated to be yellow, and if you can even kind of get mad about that, then you're a weirder duck than I. But yeah, no, the Warhammer lore is very strictly, oh, there's infinite bad guys, there will always be infinite bad guys. The bad guys come from beyond the universe, and they'll get you. They'll just always get you. And there's no like, oh mate, he just bucked it, didn't it? I really like the flail. It hits very hard, it hits very wide. Oh no, I twatted him. And it's armor piercing a lot of the time, which is a nice thing to have. Oh shit! And that was destined to be a critical hit as well, which is weird. I don't know. It's weird to me that critical hits are determined before they land. Like, on one hand, I guess if what they're saying is, oh, you swung that super well, like you put your arm into it, it was a textbook, it was a fucking Karl Franz's military primer grade swing of a flail, then I can get that on that perspective. But, like, I don't know. It feels like, no, you know what? No, fucking complaint retracted. All right, because if you're doing your fancy swing, that's a bonus. And also, if you hit the guy in the part of him where he's most vulnerable to being slapped about, that will also be a nice bonus. Oh yes. Oh, I've got times. I'm on 3, which I think I'm getting 15% plus damage now every time I whap an idiot, which is pretty friggin' often because I've built this entire character around having a really hyperactive right arm. If only someone could have ridden your entire race, this Chaos Invasion probably wouldn't have been doing. Why did you think that was a great notion of a thing to do? You daffy sausage. There's a Blightstormer. Oh shit. Alright, time for a potion. How are you? I mean, I'll have that. It's going. Anyone around here worth fucking up? No, dwarf's taking them. Anyone worth having a fight with? Seems pretty empty. Oh shit. Alright. Where's the goddamn... Oh, there he is. Alright, cool. Oh, he's dead. Excellent. Where's you? Oh, fuck it.
That's all. Beware, bloodhound.
No more dancing, Chaos Warrior.
Another Chaos Warrior has
Do I get a speed upgrade? Because I'm moving like a fast little bastard. Fire increase for 5% every 25 health window. Okay. Alright. I've only got a tiny bit of health, but that does mean I whip like a bitch. Like I throw this motherfucker like my life goddamn depends on it. I'm like a pre-friggin' I'm like a pre-industrial baseball player right now. And by that I of course mean that I'm like a baseball player from before they stopped hiring just anyone who could throw really hard. Like there was a brief but very beautiful period in American basketball history, something that I know exactly one thing about, and you're right to hear it, wherein they just hire anyone who could do it really well. Like there wasn't like a code of conduct, or they didn't have to be particularly balanced. So there was this one guy who got really good by throwing rocks at birds, and he was astonishingly dumb, and he played professional baseball despite the fact that he would like trade game balls for alcohol and stuff like that, and he rolled 2 perfect games and didn't realize why that was great, and chased fire engines. He did both of those things. He played incredible no fucking hit games and would chase fire engines and stop to stare at puppies in the stands. The man was a fucking poet. He was a primeval philosopher. He was a masterpiece of the human experience. And we let him play baseball because, I mean, he could throw that ball incredibly hard. I'm gonna put it in your back of your noggin. I didn't kill you, but I did hit you right in the ball. All right, how many arrows exactly can I put in this lad? I've got to admire anyone who can get shot in the. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, just put some friggin' bolts in him, lads, or something. Blow him down a bit, if you don't mind. Oh. Yep. Crossbow time. God, I wish I had a nicer crossbow. A lot to be said for a very nice crossbow. These 3 idiots. Are you guards? Are you just mooching about? Like, I'd love to know the official... Other than the fact that, you know, they're chaos and therefore having plans is kind of antithetical to their whole, like, mission statement of just be wild loser wankers. Who there is infinite of. And there's, like... There's so much, like, attention paid to the idea of, oh, these chaos warriors, they like murder anyone who grows up weak, and they constantly are slaughtering each other, and yet there's never any less than an infinite quantity of the buggers. Like, they never have any kind of trouble with providing, like, swamping every other race who lives in cities and have taxes and some form of, like, healthcare system. Like, it's such a weirdly nihilistic form of it's a weirdly nihilistic form of, like, thinking about society, and that the people without it are not only tougher and better, but, like, there's like way more of them. They appear to be doing way better because, you know, they don't have dental care or fucking any kind of health benefits. It's like a widely right-wing nihilism that kind of, you know, detracts from all the fun elves, if I'm honest. Probably a bit deep for a video, but you know what we're like. We pride ourselves on only the finest, most... Oh Jesus, I am a sweet nothing. I am a whispered kiss away from the grave at the moment. Which is when I'm at my most dangerous, but also when I'm at my most pants shitting. Are we gonna get down there and pop up some idiots? Oh, Sienna, you're sort of very close to me. The textures for the other heroes, and the textures for yourself, presumably, are really nice. Like, I like looking at Bardin. He's a nice model. And it's a shame that sometimes it takes him a second and a half to load in. Alright, Bardin, me and you, between the two of us. Anyone gonna join us? Yep. I was pretty hopeful, if I'm honest. Nothing over here. Nothing over... Oh, okay. Off into the swamp with you.
Have a care, hook rat.
Where is he? Oh shit, the bed. I've got no arrows. Okay. Where did I spend my last arrow? God, I wish I had an editor that I could just order to fucking play that clip. I don't have an editor. It's only me. I'm alone in this world, and also this booth, and also this small recording room. Hitting with a mace. There's a bed in the background, but don't let that question you as to the original purpose of this room. There we are. Oh, I'm gonna whomp you right in the fucking knob, lad. No, just that, I don't know. I've said this before in a number of different ways, but basically every weapon has a nice like weight to impracticality of use. Like they all feel very crunchy when you swing them, and you know there's some stuff that people are arguing is underpowered because it's like it's got less cleave, or it's you know it does so many points of X damage and only so many points of armor damage or Y damage or whatever the fuck. Oh, I am outnumbered like a beautiful puppy. I don't know where I was going with that, but I really did I mispositioned by about a yard and a half. I walked into the maw of fucking Nurgle right there. Look at that shirtless idiot. Go on, lads. I believe in you. Come on, Sienna. Do your sword thing. Like, you're not a bad melee character. I mean, you're not great at melee, obviously, and she's playing your... And that is the ranged fucking form of that character, but, like... Try and be a little bit better. But you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. That said, I don't have time to talk, because I wandered off on my own with only a flail for company, and was stamped to death by 100 angry chaos lads. You do gotta wonder where they're getting all these boys from. Look at me there. Squirming like a stuck, chubby little pig boy. Oh, there we go. Anyone wanna... Hey, Barden, you wanna come and get us? Just to join you again. Are they? Hang on. Yeah, they must be kind of running a little bit away from us as well. Barden, what are you fucking doing?
You have to waste that.
Waste? Unnecessary application, I'll have you know.
Yes,
What are you guys doing?
necessary.
Ah, through the swamps of sadness, the dwarf and his elderly girlfriend fled. I don't know why. I assume that. I actually, you know what? I would ship these two. Were I someone who shipped people, which I don't think. I'm not into. I'm into that variety of terrifying, cloying fan. Don't you fucking do it! God damn it! All right, cool. That's fine. I don't want to leave this match alive anyway. God, like we're already not doing great. I don't think I'm weird when I suggest that we might not be having the easiest track through this particular level, and so reducing our health by 2/3. It's just always, and it's always the player who's not very good as well. Like, admittedly, he's doing better than us, what with the whole being still attached to all his limbs and everything thing, but it could be a lot better. Like, he knows that like, surely, at this point, he's got a fairly low opinion of my skill level, and yet here we are. Like, you could have thought less of me, Barden. I wouldn't have minded in this very specific instance. Please don't leave that guy behind you and just let him kick your ass, because that would be better. I'm back in the game! Right, idiots.
The weave calls me back.
Yeah.
I die. Return me to the soil. I hear the pale queen.
Oh wow, are we losing really immediately? Because we've only got 2/3 of health, and it was a fucking nightmare sprint to even get this far. Are you kidding me? Is there a boss later as well? God, come on, lads. Come on, lads. Look at my health right now. I'm not going back for it. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, Barden, you're not gonna You're not gonna move on until we get it. You're one of those. You're stubborn like a dwarf.
Easy pickings for you. Only a dory.
Hey.
The tide will not sweep us away.
Oh, God, alright. Okay, cool. Jesus. Oh, mate, is everyone ready to be fucking... Oh, hello, just the one guy? Oh, that was handy. Alright. Done. Tide done. Let's go home. What are you... Why are we... Okay. No, I understand. We're coming back for this... Oh. Alright, we got there in the end.
Leech, watch out. Leech is down.
Dealt. Wizard, please. Alright, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have it. Let's do this. I suppose if we're gonna die, we may as well die historic. Whoop. I am just basically a spindly old lunatic at this point. Like, Salt Spire Fanatic is basically just... He's one of those guys who you will see, like, kind of camped out in like low-income towns, who just kind of, you know, yells about aliens, and he's one of the many people in America who've been allowed to just kind of pass their whole lives without sufficient psychological assistance. Any civilized country would, you know, give him some kind of subsidized housing and somewhere to live and maybe support in order to, you know, help him deal with his psychological illness. But nah, America's much more of the Middle Ages kind of let him live on the street kind of fucking feudalist nonsense. Like, for a country without a king, you sure do love feudalism. You don't have kings, you just have a group of wealthy landowning gentry who decide what happens to everyone else, and almost no support for people who don't have, you know, who weren't born into wealth. In some ways, it'd be better if you did have a king, because then there'd be one guy to blame. And I suppose the Koch brothers are technically two people. I'm getting really, really kind of weirdly judgmental of the American social process right now, to be honest. Oh, fucking, yeah, eat that axe. Eat that axe right up. Oh, mate, it's almost as... Oh, fuck. I know I'm better, but, like, we didn't need both of those. The guy spent quite a long time getting those grimoires that we have proven to be unable to responsibly carry, while not helping his teammates get up, and then he helped his teammates get up, but of course we fell down again, because we've proved that that will happen at full health sometimes, and therefore... Hey, what are you up to there, by the way? That guy just kind of walked past you. Do you ignore him? What are you doing there? Now, anyone this bad at Vermintide has no right to talk about the American political or economic situation. I mean, I live in fucking England. We actually literally have a queen. So I guess I don't really have a lot to say about that. Like, I mean, if it were up to me, I'd take her out back and give her the fucking old yeller treatment. You've done good, Liz, but it's time, I'd say. Tear would roll down my eye, and I'm literally talking about committing an unlawful killing of an important political figure, so I'll probably... that was a joke. That was definitely a joke. It's absolutely a joke. You can't say that. It's literally illegal to say that, except for me, when I just did it just then, I only said it in order to illuminate, in a kind of act of satire, how it would be illegal for me to say that. So I think that's legal again. I think there's like a turnover situation that happens there where you talk about how it would be illegal to murder a monarch, in which case it's, you know, kind of backwards illegal. Which I think the legal term for something that's backwards illegal is illegal, rather. Come on, Sienna. I mean, we all made some mistakes here. Ah, cool. Glad we got that Grim, though. It's probably not the nicest thing to say. But you know what it is time for me to say? Is that it's the end of the stream. We've ended the stream. We only talked about committing... I've only got flagged on the CSI, not CSI, not CSI. Jesus no, MI6. I've only got flagged on the MI6. Oh, damage taken again. I'm really good at that. I got flagged on the MI6 watch list. What, I think twice. Once maybe. I've only offended everyone, which is, you know, less people than it's theoretically possible to offend. And with that, having driven away every fan that I've ever had, excuse me. So yes, with that, it's time for the end of this Hollow Metal stream. Next week will be either Sea of Thieves, if I can get Sea of Thieves to work, which there is no guarantees that I can, or Neokonuni, which wasn't me having the stroke. There's a video game out, and it's, from what I understand, a kind of kitschy fairy tale story about the king, deposed boy king of a kingdom called something Dell, Ding Dong Dell. The boy king of a kingdom called Ding Dong Dell, who gets deposed by foul magicians who are like all snakes and things, and then the president of America, who gets taken into their world by a nuclear strike against a major American city, busts him out of the coup with use of a 9mm pistol, and they go on the lam together in order to start a new, start a kind of utopian new state, founded on the principles of freedom and egalitarianism. And who better to do that than a president with a gun? And that might be what we're doing next week. Who knows? I don't, but you will. If you've watched this, if you're watching this in a week's time, you'll be able to look at the next video, which will be either Sea of Thieves or Neokonuni, and you'll be like, well, I guess I know. Doesn't that boy look like an idiot? Having seen time only from the past, his single angle of view blocking him from all the future's myriad wonders. It's a wonder also that I'm watching this as the entire world was destroyed and I sit alone on a single piece of land roughly the size of the Empire State Building, drifting through the infinite cosmos in a bubble of air that will soon deplete and leave me dead. If that happens, which it probably won't. Like, don't panic by land or air. Don't panic by air. Maybe panic by helium. That might be worth something. But don't panic by air, because that might be worth something. Panic by air. That's what we're leaving this on. Panic by air. That's my recommendation. That's been Vermintide. I'm not very good at Vermintide, but maybe I'm good at speculative purchasing. Panic by air, maybe. I mean, it can't hurt. Worst case scenario, you'll have air. And don't we all need air? I do. It's sweltering in here, and it's been an hour. This has been, as I say, Luke Mosley for the delightful website, hollywoodmetal.com. Tune in, go on our Dungeons & Digest again. There's been a new one since last time where I said it was good, and this new one's also good. They're all pretty good. I don't honestly individually rank them. There would be no purpose. They would all get a 10. It's fantastic stuff. This has been, as I've mentioned, Vermintide II, and go away. Go away. I was going to say goodnight. You can hear it in my voice. If you rewind and you listen to that bit again, you'll hear me change my mind about the amount of levity I want to apply to the exit of the episode.